Welcome, everybody, to Man About Town. We are a production of 321 Media, and we are streaming live from beautiful downtown Westerly and streaming all over the world, wherever you may be. Our presenting sponsor, the wonderful people from Valenti Subaru at Dunn's Corners. We love them. They are great sponsors and they make great cars. And right now, because it is the first of the year, you can go over, see Bruce or any of the salespeople there at Valenti's and ask them to give you a really good deal on a 2025. Subaru is one of the best cars because they last and last and last. When I'm here with my producer, Caleb, he'll tell you he's got a producer, yeah. He's got a Subaru that he drives that belonged to his mom that's been in the family forever. And there are hundreds of thousands of miles on that car. I have ridden with him. Terrific car. He can go another 100,000. So if you are thinking and you want to do something, and this is a good thing to do before tax time, go over to Valenti Subaru right at Dunn's Corners. Tell Bruce that Man About Town sent you. Okay, so today I've got somebody new that I'm going to introduce you to. Her name is Cara Marziali. Did I get it right? Good, I can shut this down. Cara is a whole lot of things. She was just telling me about her sister, Dana, who works at Wood River Health, and telling me how remarkable she is. But we found out an awful lot about you. I try never to look up before you come anything. So I just kind of went on this morning just to get the right spelling. And I looked, and Cara is, and I won't get them all, she is an author, she is an actor, she is a dancer, she is a teacher at URI. What am I, an artist? And she is considered to be the artist in residence at Wood River Health. That's how I found out about it. I believe it was Sarah Channing who mentioned it to me and said, artist in residence. And I said, you're a health facility. Who has an artist in residence? She said, we do. Well, I know they have there because I am a client and I get their emails. And I know that they do a Christmas card contest every year with the kids who do art. This last year, that little girl was fabulous. And I thought, okay, so she judges that. Oh, no, no, she does more than that. She works with the behavioral health people.
That's right.
I am a big believer in behavioral health and arts can be married and very beneficial. So rather than me telling them what you do, tell me what you do.
So
You probably are as busy as your sister.
I design and lead creative experiences with a focus on emotional health so that folks that are clients or even just people within the community, because that's how good Wood River is. It really reaches out not just to their own clientele, but in the greater community here.
Well, you must work with Christine King
Yes,
too,
I've worked
because
very
she has
closely
those
with her.
programs in the evening and where there's dinner and all, and that's open to the community as well.
Exactly. And so the kind of things that I've offered are workshops or just opportunities for creative expression, self-expression. And, as you know, you use a different part of your brain when you're working on a craft or a piece of art. And even though you may not be artistic, we just invite everybody just to kind of relax and just find the joy in creating something. We've done something called Doodle and Draw, which is a program that I've come up with so that it's parents or guardians with kids. So as your kids are doodling and drawing, you're taking turns putting marks on the paper to create something collaboratively. We've done a nature art program where we've walked around the campus in Hope Valley and picked up different things on the ground, leaves, sticks, grass, and then we've brought some things
With
in.
what age group?
Mostly adults.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And this was done not last summer, the summer before. And then we bring it back to, we sat outside at the picnic tables, and then we just created things with glue and glitter and feathers and flowers and, you know, just to create, just to take that respite, that time to say, I'm important enough to just stop, to pause, to give my brain a break and recharge and renew.
That's
And then,
amazing. Before I came here today, I was interviewing for a magazine article an artist from Schenectady, New York, and she's a mixed media textile artist. And she was telling me that she said, I get lost in doing it, which is what you're talking about.
absolutely.
And she said, I love repetitive work. And she said when she's doing it, it's repetitive, like crocheting can be repetitive or knitting can be repetitive. And that after a while, the hands are doing muscle memory.
Right.
But she said, but my mind is somewhere else. And I asked her, I said, when you sit down to create, do you say, okay, today I'm going to make, she said, well, I try that, but then it's the art that takes me sometimes to a different direction,
Sure.
as words do for me.
Yeah.
I sit down to write something and I'm sure I'm going this way. And whether it's my crazy computer or my fingers, they say, no, 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 we're going to take this little turn. So you're right. It's very calming.
Yeah.
What do you find they get out of it? Do they tell you, the people you're working with? I mean, you're taking them outside to pick up stuff, clean the
Right.
campus.
Um, First of all, the walk outside is just the breath of fresh air of just getting, our bodies oxygenated. I feel like we spend so much time in front of a computer and our bodies were really meant
Yeah.
to move. So it's getting them outside to say, what speaks to you in nature? Is it
Well,
a
the
leaf?
old mental health thing, I don't know how old or when things changed,
Yeah.
but when it was depicted, whether it was in a movie or cartoons, there was always the patient lying back and the person taking notes. And
Right.
it's not that way anymore.
No, it's so much more than that. And in the same way, we need to take care of our physical bodies. Our minds need that gentle care as well. And I really believe that when we take the time to create anything and just pause, to get outside, we're reducing that stress. We're saying enough to that outside stimuli. We have enough stimulation in our world.
Oh boy, do we.
And the one thing that I hope to impart is just to bring a little bit of joy in someone's life.
Interesting. So that is what you're doing at Wood River Health.
Mhm.
I saw something on there and I started to get interested and I said, no, I'm going to ask you about it. You've written children's books.
I have. Yes. And um, it, the first book is called Kara Koala
Yeah,
and
that
her
was the one
kaleidoscope
that
of
had a,
feelings.
yeah.
Yeah. And it's about an oversensitive, emotional koala who is largely based on my own childhood experience, being, a highly sensitive person, very emotional, how I navigated life as a little girl, experiencing all these big feelings, some of which I didn't even know how to name them.
Did you have a stuffed koala bear as a little girl?
I didn't. I had a teddy bear, but I loved koalas. I just thought they were just darling. And my mom was really, she should have been sainted because she was just so patient with me. and reminded me that I didn't have to be afraid of my feelings, that every feeling was to be honored. And with that came some other motherly good advice, as in, don't take things too personally,
Right.
which is easier said than done. I had to
Yeah.
kind of mature
Especially
into
when
that.
you're little and they're moms. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
easy to say that.
Right, right. But yeah, so
So, what does Kara Koala do? I mean, is it pointed strictly towards kids? Is it?
it
It sounds like a child's book.
it is roughly ages like 4 to 10
Okay.
is what my publisher had indicated. The subsequent book after that is an activity book, and I will tell you that there are a fair number of adults that have purchased the activity book for themselves
Really?
because it has a lot of cognitive engagement within the book for people of all ages, really. And there's a little bit of everything. As an educator, we talk about STEM or STEAM programs, which encompass science, technology, engineering, math, but also art.
That's
And
where the A and where it becomes STEAM and not STEM.
right. So there's all of those captured within the activity book. And I will also note that the picture book itself has been endorsed by social workers, educators, psychologists, and that in and of itself was a tremendous endorsement for me. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to partner with Wood River, is because they have such a healthy view of one.
River Publishing?
No, Wood River.
Oh,
at
Wood River.
Health.
Oh, okay.
Because
Because there is a river publishing in Connecticut. Yeah.
when they do their health fairs, one of the things that I do is I usually have an art component there, but then I do put my books out so
We
that,
must have seen one another because we've been there at the library
yeah,
and we've actually broadcast from there.
yep, yeah. Just to say it's okay. Like this is part of the emotions are part of the human experience.
Do you find older people resistant to that because they weren't brought up that way?
I
I
think
mean,
the
they were
time.
told, you keep it to yourself,
Exactly.
suck it up. The soldiers who came back from the war, it was take a shower, hang up your uniform, go get a job, and keep your mouth shut.
You're absolutely right. But
And
I
people were
think
told,
the tides are turning a little bit. I think we're more open to having conversations about it. I think there's certainly some people that are probably unwilling to go down that road because of how they were brought up or maybe indoctrinated into that belief.
but kids, when you're working with kids, they're malleable. I mean, you can just,
Right.
they're wonderful. You can do so much with them, and they like to play.
Mm-hmm.
They like activity and games and something new.
Yeah.
Which is now, what do you do for URI? What are
So
you teaching?
at URI, I teach for their OLLI program. And
Oh, I know that
OLLI
well.
stands for the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute.
Yes, we've had Beth on many
Ah,
times.
she's one of my favorite people. Yeah.
So what specifically? Because there's all different courses for
Yeah, I
Ollie.
teach dramatic literature, art, and theater.
So 3 different courses?
And then I've also taught Ageless Grace, which I also do at Wood River as well, which is
Ageless Grace?
Ageless Grace,
Ageless.
which is a movement, music, and mindfulness practice.
Tai Chi type stuff?
Kind of, but it's a brain body fitness program, basically. And again, why I think it works so well at Wood River Health, is the fact that they approach health as a holistic model. It's not just about making sure your teeth are clean and, getting a good well visit overall.
Right.
It's also about, how are we emotionally, financially. You know, they really do a number of things to make sure that the whole person is being treated and treated well. That's
Very
so
int-
important.
So, how are you finding people? Are they pretty responsive to it at Wood River to Ageless Grace?
Yeah, we this last year, Sarah Channing
Right.
had gotten a grant. And so, specifically for bringing Ageless Grace into the community. And so, we partnered with the Richmond Senior Center.
Yes.
So, that's where we held our classes. And we ran them for 4 weeks. It's an hour, one day a week for a 4 week stretch. And it was so popular that they wanted us back. So
Wonderful.
we used that grant money and brought it back for another session. And it's a lot of fun, Rona. It really
All
is
right, so
like
give
the
me an
highlight
idea.
of my day.
What do you do? Is it an hour program? Is it a day
Yeah,
program?
so usually 45 minutes to an hour. Think of it as, like I said, sort of brain and body exercise.
Okay.
Um, it
Chair yoga or
it is all done in a chair, but not because
not
because
because of
somebody's infirm.
mobility? Yeah.
However, that does play a piece because what being in a chair does is it levels the playing field a little bit so that those people who might not be able to do something standing up has the ability to stay seated, but it also makes us think about how we're going to do an activity while we're sitting down, and it builds our core differently.
Hmm.
It gauges our core differently. So if I say to you, one of the exercises, which is, we call them tools, one of the tools is team fit. And I might say to you, all right, we're going to play basketball and I'm going to put some music on, and maybe could be any music. It could be, Chattanooga Choo Choo. It could be the theme song to the Globetrotters. It could be anything.
Right.
And I'll say, we're going to play some basketball. What is it like to play basketball while seated? How do you run down the court? Well, you're going to be moving your legs, but you're not going
I'm
anywhere.
on wheels here. I could do that.
We stay in a chair that has legs, no wheels, right?
Okay.
But it's that kind of thing. And they all have fun names like juicy joints or spaghetti spine. And you mentioned chair yoga, you mentioned Tai Chi. There are two tools. One is called Tri Chi,
Okay.
where things are slow and steady movements, kind of isometric movements. And then the Yo Baby is very similar to some chair yoga practices in which we are stretching and then holding that pose. But again, the music is playing and we draw upon imagination and creativity.
Music powers people's
Oh,
bodies. I mean, it makes
absolutely.
a big difference. I
I've
see that in stores. There'll be music playing and somebody's doing
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the best stories I have, I love to share this, was I don't know if you know what a memory cafe is.
Yes, I sure do.
Okay.
They use that for Alzheimer's and yeah.
Exactly. So I was at a memory cafe. I'm certified ageless grace. I could teach anywhere, but I teach in Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and Connecticut.
Great.
So I was in Massachusetts, and it was
You might want to just explain for people who don't know what
what
that
a memory
is.
cafe is.
Yeah.
So memory cafe is an opportunity or a venue, if you will, for people with some severe cognitive decline to have a space to engage in their memory, even though they may not be remembering things the way they used to. And very often there's an aid that's there. So at this particular memory cafe, they were all Alzheimer's patients or severe forms of dementia. Many of the patients were in wheelchairs and nonverbal.
Mm.
So it's a very unique population. There was this one man, and we were playing, I don't know why I probably thought of this, but it must have been on my heart. Chattanooga Choo Choo
Yeah.
was playing. And
which people of a certain age can definitely relate to.
Exactly. And this one man who was wheelchair bound, um, all of a sudden there was just sort of a twinkle in his eyes and he just started going, choo, choo. And the aide came up to me afterwards and she said, I've worked with this man for 2 weeks. He's never said a sound. She
Music
said
does that.
something in that song triggered a memory for this man. I don't know what it was, but thank you for bringing him to life. And I'll
That's
never
great.
forget that experience. You know,
Well, they say that right up almost until the end, Tony Bennett could remember every word of every song, but he couldn't remember names.
Yeah.
He barely knew,
Right.
recognized his wife.
Well, and I mean, I
Music
find that
does
for
that.
sure. You know, I have people say to me, how do you remember that song that you sang all those years ago? I don't know. It's imprinted somewhere up here. And I think
Well,
we're still untapping some of
there's a
that.
program you must know called Music Men's Minds.
Hmm.
It started out in California, and they even have I've got to think, I don't want to mess this up because I love it. They formed their own little band in one of the towns, and they call themselves the Fifth Dementia, which I love. So
Great.
they're just poking fun at themselves.
Yeah.
But yes, it makes music does. It brings people's memories back.
And you just brought up something kind of funny when you said they're poking fun at themselves.
Yeah.
I think part of the joy is finding humor, finding the laughter in all of it. You know, some of these tools, these exercises that we do in Ageless Grace, it really not just builds, you know, our core or strengthens our balance points. We use our imagination, but it also stimulates our sense of humor.
Yeah.
And if you can't laugh, like what else is there really?
We do a lot of laughing around here.
Yeah.
Ben will tell you that. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. There's very little that needs to be that serious all the time.
True.
And I know that I have a cousin who is, she is in a form of dementia now. I think it's Alzheimer's. And I am the closest of the five girls geographically, the five girl cousins. She's in Northwest Connecticut. So the ones from Tennessee, North Carolina, California said, go visit her, see how she is. And I was kind of dreading it. And I went over Labor Day weekend to Northwest Connecticut to see her. And I came in and I was surprised she knew my name. I don't know why, because I didn't know, at what point she was in this. And then she had a table loaded with books. And I said, which one are you reading? She said, whatever I feel like when I feel like. She had fun books. She started riding horses when she was 3. So she had her original copy of Black Beauty there. She had all these different books. And then we started talking, and she said to me, have you ever gone into another room and you forget why? And I said, Nancy, every damn day. And we started laughing and trading experiences. And she said, I guess I'm not that bad yet. And we did just what you said. But when I went in there, like, oh my God, what am I going to find? She's got a woman living with her, doing things for her. She was just fine. Now, that was September, beginning of September. I haven't been back, so I don't know. I know it's a slow progression.
Right.
So she may be where I left her. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you're right. The humor is marvelous. It really is.
And that's why it's such a privilege to be able to present this. I've presented it with Wood River Health for Ollie, and it really is a wonderful, wonderful practice. And
if people out there within the Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island area say, I like this gal, even though she calls herself Cara and not Cara. We want her to come and do a program for our group or our How do they best get in touch with you?
That's a good question. I would say get in touch with Wood River Health, and they will know how to reach me.
Wood River Health in Hope Valley,
Yes.
Hope Valley,
Do you
Rhode
want their
Island.
number?
No, even though I live around the corner from it, I don't know their number.
I have it actually. It is Wood River Health, and you can go to woodriverhealth.org.
Yeah, they can just Google it too, and
Right.
it'll come
Their
up.
number is 401-539-2461. Again, 401-539-2461. And you can also Google Ageless Grace, AGELESSGRACE.com to find more out about Ageless Grace.
And make sure if you're going to Wood River Health that when you're typing it in, you add that word health because there's a bar and grill down the road called the Wood River.
Right, not the
Yeah.
same thing.
No, it's very good, but no, it's not the same thing. And some of the people there do need some of your work. So tell me about what the 3 courses you're doing for Ollie.
Yeah.
Um,
So that's just the general genre of what I teach is
Right.
thematic literature. So right now I'm teaching.
so do you have people within the course reading a play with you and then
Yes.
deconstructing?
Yes, that's exactly what we're doing.
And
So
which one are you doing?
I am doing The Winter's Tale by Shakespeare. So I put a
Huh.
heavy concentration with Shakespeare.
Do you know it's going to be at Trinity
Yes,
Rep
which
in
is one of
another
the
month?
which is one of the reasons why
Ah.
I'm presenting it.
Good.
Because then we partner with Trinity, get group tickets, and I take the class on a field trip.
Excellent.
Yeah, because plays are meant to be performed. They're meant to be seen.
Yes.
So, and we talk not just about the text itself, but how it would be staged and why Shakespeare is relevant even today.
Interesting. How it should be staged. Now, having gone to Trinity Rep for years, I know that they rarely do anything the way it should be. They
Well,
just
and I say should be. How would,
Yeah.
if each of the students in the class were their own director,
Yes.
how would they expect this scene to be played out? Now, what Trinity does is usually far from the norm, which is why I think that
Very far in some cases.
right, which I think can be exciting. You know, I know
Yeah.
some people that's not everybody's cup of tea, but I think if you're going to explore, why not explore? You know,
They did a wonderful Hamlet last year,
yeah.
just fantastic. Then again, when I saw who's Iago in
Oh, Othello.
Othello?
Yes.
When I saw Othello,
Yep.
they had guys wearing Bermuda shorts and carrying 6 packs of beer and doing camping trips. And I was saying, no, 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 no. But if that made it come home to some people,
Right.
yeah, it made sense.
And
So
in my class, we talk about, you know, the pros and cons or the challenges one might face when setting it in a more modern environment.
exactly.
Yeah.
Now, are your classes, well, I know with Ollie, they're seniors.
Yes. Yeah.
And do you find there are people who love Shakespeare or hate? Because the thing, Shakespeare to me was always like mushrooms. You find people who love it or hate it. There are very few people that'll say, it's all right, you know.
Regular mushrooms.
What did you say?
Regular mushrooms.
Okay.
I thought you were talking about something completely.
No, 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 no. Not the ones you took in college.
No.
You started.
No.
But no, I'm talking about regular
I studied
mushrooms.
Shakespeare in college, ironically.
Me too.
Yeah, well, usually, I mean, you can't take a drama program that you don't wind up having to do Shakespeare, like it or not. And there are some who love and some who
Well,
don't
and
love.
there's a mix of
Yeah.
that in the class. And today was the first class.
Oh, it was.
So
Okay.
when we start out, and there were 32 people in my class.
Good
and
Lord,
so-
I'm thinking you're going to tell me like 9 or something.
No,
Wow,
it's
that's
packed.
great.
And so I say, go around the room and in 10 seconds, give the class your name and why are you here? Why The Winter's Tale. Why Shakespeare? And you'll see some will say, I've always liked Shakespeare. I read it in high school. I read it in college. I don't always understand it, but I want to be more versed. Great, you're in the right place. And then I hear some people say, oh my God, I never read Shakespeare. I always bought the Cliff's Notes. And, I didn't
My
think,
kind of person.
I didn't think I wanted to even be at this class, but my friend recommended it, so I'm here. And yeah,
That's great.
it is. It's wonderful. And what I like so much about that population, it's very different than teaching middle schoolers.
Well, they'll come right out and tell you too. These people, older people.
The Ollie membership, they're intellectually curious people to begin with.
Oh, or they wouldn't be there, right?
And they have a world of experience. One woman that was in one of my classes was a geneticist.
Mm.
You have a lot of retired teachers that take these classes. Others are, I raised my kids. I didn't go to college. I didn't have an opportunity to read Shakespeare.
Right.
You get this whole mix of people, this really wonderful blend, but everybody just has that curiosity.
Now it'll be interesting. Will you still have a class after the field trip so that you
Yes.
can then you
Yep.
can come back and say, all right, what did you
Absolutely.
think?
We do.
That's
Yep.
good. That's
Yeah.
really good. That's excellent.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the drama one.
That's the drama. And
What
then I
else?
usually teach, I'll teach an Ageless Grace class. And then I teach a theater class, which isn't always just about improvisation or theater per se. I kind of couple that up with some of the Shakespeare stuff because we do talk about how it's going to be staged, not just contextually, what this play is about. And then I teach art. And I've done a couple projects with the Ollie members there, most notably watercolors.
That's your thing?
It is one of my
Our thing is to take care of business in our community. So are we taking a break now, Ben?
Sure.
Okay, you are listening to Man About Town. We're a production of 321 Media. We are sponsored by those wonderful people who gave you Valenti Subaru at Dunn's Corners. And we will be back with Cara Marziali.
Got
Good.
that book again.
Yeah, I know. Marzial. Yeah, this book says Rona Man on it. But yes, we will be back in just a couple minutes.
Share the love of Valenti Subaru. Now until year's end, Valenti Subaru and Subaru America will donate $300 for every new Subaru sold to local and national charities. So far, we have raised over $362,000. Get 0% financing on new 25 Subaru Outbacks now until year's end.
Wood River Health provides medical, dental, and behavioral health care to over 10,000 people a year, even when they can't afford to pay for the care they need. The cost of providing healthcare services has increased, and the grant funding we receive doesn't fully cover the cost of patient care. We, like other community health centers across the country, count on community support to keep our doors open. With your help, we can keep serving as a safety net for your neighbors. Will you help us invest in our mission?
Make your house a home using quality paints and stains. Achieve long-lasting color and beauty with premium products from Benjamin Moore, available only at locally owned stores like ours. Elevate your home interior with Aura, Regal Select, and Ben Paint, or give your exteriors protection from the weather with Element Guard and new Woodlux exterior stains. No matter what you choose, we know you'll see the love. Visit us today to get started on your next project. Westerly Paints, 85 Franklin Street in Westerly, or call 401-596-8333 and visit westerlypaints.com.
Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. In this challenging insurance environment, Lathrop Insurance can be your beacon in the storm to help you find the coverage you need at the right price. Now, more than ever, you need a partner in the insurance industry that can work with multiple carriers to make sure you have the right coverage at the right price. Lathrop Insurance carries home, auto, and business insurance and can be reached at 401-596-2525. We've been supporting the local community since 1939, and we look forward to working with you.
It's pizza night in Westerly. Mario's is where I want to be. It's pizza night in Westerly. Mario's is where I want to be. It's pizza night in Westerly. Mario's is where I want to be. It's pizza night in Westerly. Mario's is where I want to be. It's pizza night in Westerly. Mario's is where I want to be.
Hi, I'm Chris Kozłowski, owner of Broadview Florist and Garden Center in Dunn's Corners. For over 40 years, our family-owned business has been your go-to destination for beautiful, custom-made floral arrangements. Whether it's a special event or just to brighten up your day, we create highest quality designs tailored just for you. Trust Broadview Florists to make every moment unforgettable. Visit us today or give us a call at 401-322-0390.
When your home or business is damaged by fire, water, or mold, you just want things to go back to normal, fast. That's why ServiceMaster by Mason is available 24/7. Their certified technicians have been restoring homes and businesses from disasters or even helping with specialty cleaning needs for over 35 years. You can rely on ServiceMaster by Mason for everything from fire, smoke and water damage, to mold or a lingering odor. Call today at 401-322-3030 or visit ServiceMasterByMason.com. Experience local excellence with Roof Right Roofing in Charlestown, Rhode Island. With over 40 years of unmatched expertise, Roof Right specializes in architectural shingles and holds the prestigious title of GAF Master Elite Installers. Known for their commitment to the community and support for local initiatives, Roof Right is your trusted partner for all of your home's roofing needs. Call today for a free estimate at 401-212-4140.
Good afternoon.
Everywhere. She's everywhere. She's a man about town and she knows what's going down.
I've had the official countdown, and back we are. Man About Town, production of 321 Media. And we are back with Cara Marziali, who I can't even give you a title. Author, actor, dancer, smart woman, very smart woman. Your background, your training in all of this, I mean, do you have a degree in any mental health, behavioral health, drama, dance, journalism?
So my undergraduate is in theater arts,
Okay. And where did you get that?
Emerson College in Boston.
Oh, my cousin went there. Okay.
And when
great.
when I told my dad I wanted to study theater, he said, "You could study anything you want. Just make sure when you graduate,
You
you're
make a living.
marketable."
Yep.
So I took some extra writing classes, and after I graduated Emerson, I feel like I've sort of created my own niche, if you will. My first job out of college was at Wentworth Institute of Technology in Boston, working for their Department of Design and Construction, which housed architecture, interior design, construction, industrial design.
You knew how to do all that?
I didn't, but I knew how to read a stage plan. So, which meant it transferred, I could read architectural drawings.
Wow.
So they hired me as a writer to write for their alumni magazine. So I was basically like a glorified office girl at the age of 21, 22. But
I was too. That's okay.
you know,
Yeah.
and I don't say that in a disparaging way. I mean the fact that my theater background helped me immensely. I would have never gotten that job. I got it because I knew how to read a floor plan. So
Interesting.
and while I was there, I was taking, because I was at a university, a college, I was able to take classes. So I took more writing classes, design classes to bulk up my art and my writing. And then the rest just kind of fell into place. To answer your question, I don't have a background in health, but I'm such a curious person just by nature.
Like the Ollie people are curious.
Right, right. I mean, I couldn't wait to be a member of Ollie rather than just teaching. I couldn't wait till I turned 50 so that I could sign up for class. And I've been teaching for Ollie now. It's 13 years.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
great. Have you developed different courses as you go?
Yeah. Yeah, and I write the curriculum. And that's what I was doing for my master's was curriculum design in education.
So you are what they say in New England, you are wicked smart.
Wicked smart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. No, I'm looking at this program just before we went on the air with the show. I did our theater review of Eureka Day, and there are 5 people in the cast, and 2 of them are from Emerson. So they
I
might.
can't say enough about my alma mater.
It is a wonderful education.
Yeah.
I know that. My husband went to Emerson way back when it was Emerson College before it was Emerson University. So yeah, it is. I know it's a wonderful education. So now that we've given a commercial for them, we are just about out of time, but again, I'd like people to know how they can get in touch with you because you may have touched a nerve where somebody came in late on this and said, she's talking about Ollie and taking a course, and that interests me, or Wood River Health interests me. So why don't you give them all commercials or how they can get you?
Yeah, and thank you so much for the opportunity to, share all of this.
We're a whole bunch more than we even thought you had. So we're happy.
The beautiful part about what I do is that I get to share what I'm passionate about, and as I said, just maybe spark a little bit of joy in someone's day. So as far as Ollie, which is the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute, it is housed at URI. The Ollie program is all over. They're in multiple states that partner with universities. Right. But if you go online to URI, you type in OLLI, URI, you can find out how to take some of these classes and the breadth of classes that are taught. It's not just dramatic literature.
Oh, I know. They have everything.
You can learn about gardening. You can
They still have the 80-plus-year-old lady who teaches skating.
Oh, yes.
Skating.
Yes, Dorothy Cunningham.
That amazed me when I looked at their book. Yes. and Beth said, oh yeah, at that time she was 82 or 83. Yeah, she teaches ice skating. Okay.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Yeah. And they've got history and they've got finance and they've got we need to get Beth back in here.
Yeah.
Well, and the best way to get you.
So the best way to get me would be by contacting Wood River Health, and their number is 401-539-2461. For Wood River, I serve as their artist in residence, which means that I bring some artsy things, creative things to their behavioral health program.
Wonderful.
And I also teach ageless grace classes. And as I've said, we've partnered with the Richmond Senior Center, but if there's someone in your audience that says, I'd like to bring him to our condo association, or I'd like to bring him to the villages, get in touch with Wood River, talk to Christine King, and she will let you know how to reach me. And I would love to do more of that, spread more joy, and thank you for spreading your joy.
Thank you. And for those who are going to stay with us, are they going to be able to see this now? About a week ago, I interviewed the brand new artistic director of the Granite Theater. His name is Addison Rausch. He is an actor, he is a director, and he is a force to be reckoned with. He is amazing. I interviewed him and also Willette Mitzel-Servideo. She is head of the board there. And that interview is on YouTube, but you can see it if you stay with us. So are we breaking for a commercial or going straight to that?
15 seconds.
Just 15 seconds, folks. We will see you next week on Man About Town.
Share the love of Valenti Subaru. Now until year's end, Valenti Subaru and Subaru America will donate $300 for every new Subaru sold to local and national charities. So far, we have raised over $362,000. Get 0% financing on new 25 Subaru Outbacks now till year's end.
Good afternoon, or good evening, or good morning, depending upon when you are seeing this. I'm Rona Mann, and this is Man About Town. And we decided that for 2026, Man About Town was going to get out in the town. We're not always going to be at that conference table in the studio. So we are beginning with perhaps my most favorite place, or one of them in this town of Westerly, that being the Granite Theater. So the Granite Theater has been here for many, many years, and it's had many, many artistic directors, many, many renovations, many, many productions, and it pleases the community greatly. That's why it's here. It is a true community theater. And when you have different artistic directors, they all bring something different to the table. One is no better than the other. They have all done something that has endeared this theater to this community. And we got a new one for 2026 and hopefully for years to come. And he has brought something. There he is, folks. This is your new artistic director, Addison Rausch, and he is sitting next to me without his Dr. Frankenfurter makeup. And he's hysterical. Besides that, well, welcome. It's so good to have you here.
Welcome.
What are you bringing to the town of Westerly and to Stonington and to all the communities that love this theater so much?
A fresh outlook on the theater, a lot of creative experience, a lot of passion, and a really big heart for not just this theater, but also the community as a whole.
Well, you're in the right place. A little theater with a big heart. You yourself have quite a background besides this. How long did it take you to get this makeup on anyway? This is from the Rocky Horror Show that was done just a few months ago. You didn't know when you were doing this that you'd be in this seat, did you?
No, not at all. And that makeup took probably about an hour to get on.
That's pretty good.
Give or take, going to do warm-ups, coming back down, going to do mic checks, coming back down, going up to do, so
right.
and all in 6-inch heels, so that was a lot of fun. Yeah. But yes, I've done lots of different productions. This is my first year back into theater after college. So I did Laramie Project here earlier this year, and then I did.
Oh, I didn't
Rocky Horror
realize
Show.
you were in. And that was a wonderful show.
I'm glad you liked it.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Yeah,
it really left people with something.
Oh,
Not
yes.
that this doesn't leave people with something.
Not
Different
more shock
something.
and awe, whereas
Yes.
Laramie Project kind of left you with something.
Different kind of
Yeah.
shock and awe,
Yeah.
really. So at what point did you say, I know the artistic director has given notice, I think I want to go for this?
As soon as I found out she gave notice. Really, as soon as I found out she was leaving, I actually texted Willette and was like, hey, just curious, is there anybody like already lined up for this position? And she was like, nope. So I reached out and said I was very interested, and
The Willette he's talking about, you will meet shortly. She is the head of the board of directors.
Yes, the president.
And they had a big job. They picked you from a whole bunch of people, right?
yeah.
So what made you stand out, do you think?
I would say my passion for theater, my drive to.
Okay, I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be bad.
Okay.
My passion. That's like when they ask nursing students, why do you want to be a nurse? I want to help people. My passion. Every actor, every director says, I have a passion.
Yes.
What's different about yours?
That I actually put it into fruition and actually make it happen, and I give that passion to other people. I make people excited about doing theater.
That's great. And that's a hard job to give it to other people.
Yeah.
It really is. I always believe from the standpoint of directing a show, you can give the cast the scripts, you can do the table read, you can give them the blocking, but you really can't teach them how to act. It's got to come out of them. They've got to find their passion, their motivation, their character.
I would say finding their passion, yes, has to come from them. I would say direction, kind of helping them through the process and growing as an actor is one of the beautiful things of being a director. But yes, I would agree that passion has to come from within. You can
And
only
it's
do so
different
much.
for everybody, isn't it? Completely different. So what do you have for this year? And I want people out there to know that the season that you're going to hear about was not chosen by Addison. It was chosen by our last artistic director, Nicole DeMattei. That's how it's always been. When she came here, she inherited the plays. And you might have looked at this and said, "Oh, I like. Oh, I don't like. Oh, but you got them, and you
Yep,
got to
I
make
got
them." And it is a very different kind of season.
Very
So,
much so.
tell people what they're in for, because I think I hate the expression, there's something for everybody, but there isn't something. You've got what, 7 shows?
Yes.
All 7, well, one of them's a children's show,
Right, but-
is not going to please every single person, but it's still worth getting a season
absolutely.
ticket.
Oh, absolutely. I think one of the really beautiful things about theater is seeing something that maybe isn't your bag, something that isn't what you would normally go see, expanding your horizons. Yes, we have some shows that some people may not have heard of. Heck, there are some shows on here that I've never heard of until reading them after this was announced. But I think that going to see things that kind of stretch your boundaries and open your eyes and kind of, spread you past what you're normally
And
used to.
challenge you.
Yes.
I
Or
mean, the
things
Laramie
that-
Project
Yes.
certainly was a challenge to an audience.
Heck, last year I would say almost every one of the shows were definitely broadening people's horizons.
That's why you go to theater.
Yes, and first show we have is Whorehouse, that's what we shorten it to. Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
Good, because I could see the editor back in the
You're like,
studio going,
"Whoa, okay,
we're going to cut
that's,
that one."
Oh, crap. Okay. But yes, the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
That's a great musical.
A
That's
fun,
just fun.
campy, ridiculous musical from the 70s that you just...
I remember seeing that years and years ago in New York.
I grew up in Waco, Texas, which is less than 2 hours from where the actual chicken ranch was. And so this has always been a musical that, I've seen it a few times. My alma mater did it the first year that I got there. It's a really fun musical.
Tell people, I know you had told me when we met, your alma mater. You mentioned it a couple of times.
Yes, Sam Houston State University.
Which is right in Texas.
Yes, it is in Huntsville, Texas. It's about an hour north of Houston, and it is known for criminal justice, education, and then theater and musical theater.
It all kind of fits.
Yeah. weirdly
criminal
enough. And they're all
justice and
very close to one
actors,
another, actually,
definitely.
on campus.
Great. Wonderful. So we've got Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
We've got The Dining Room, which is a show that
A.R.
takes place
Gurney.
within a dining room over many years, centuries even. And it's really beautiful take on America and just kind of what happens within a house and how things change and how generationally things change and people change. So,
And
really
it's
beautiful show.
great playwright, too.
Yes.
Wonderful playwright.
The kids show is Newsies Junior, which is a delightful musical. If you've never seen it, highly recommend it. And the junior version is going to be adorable. an
I
absolute
actually
treat.
went to school with the guy who wrote the lyrics.
Oh, well,
for
there
it.
you go. Okay.
So,
well, never mind. I'm just going to go now.
No, but it's great music.
Yes,
It really
beautiful.
is. It's just fun. It's about newspaper boys that turn of the century,
Yeah,
and
that,
they decide
that
to go on a
unionize.
strike. Or yeah, they go on strike because
Yes.
they want to be in a union.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
And then we have Oklahoma, the classic Rodgers and Hammerstein. It's good. That's actually the first show that I'm going to be directing of the year. It's going to be a really beautiful, lovely classic production.
And it'll move. It won't
Yes,
be
and it'll
slow.
move because I've seen so many productions that are so slow, Mom. And it's gonna be a really delightful show. I'm really excited about it.
Okay, yeah, and I think a lot of people, that's going to bring in a lot of people.
Oh, well, absolutely.
It'll bring in the older audience
Yes.
who remember the songs and will be mouthing the words.
Yes.
And the newer ones, it's not old-fashioned
No.
if it's directed the right
Yes,
way.
if it's directed the right way, it still will have a freshness to it and keep people engaged and excited.
Great.
Yeah. Then we have Almost Maine, which is a vignette show with a group of actors that play several different parts throughout the show that tackle different aspects about love, relationships, loss, grief, things like that. Really beautiful show. Then we have another classic, The Crucible.
Arthur Miller's The
Yes.
Crucible, yes.
Yes.
For those who've been under a rock somewhere,
For a
it's about
century.
the Salem witch trials, and it's very powerful.
Yes.
Doesn't matter which decade it's done in, it always brings people out. It's always great.
And that's one of the really special things about Arthur Miller's plays is that
They hold up.
he wrote them in such a way to always be relevant.
Yeah, they're doing Death of a Salesman again in New York.
Really?
And I was shocked when I heard who was playing Willie Loman.
Who is playing
Nathan Lane. Yeah, I did that too. I did. I want to.
I'm not mad at it. The guy's really talented, but quite the shock. Quite the shock. I was not expecting that.
No, I wasn't either. I kept reading it, reading it, and reading it.
Wait, did I get that right? Yeah.
Yep.
And then lastly, we have the best Christmas pageant ever. Very heartwarming, very lovely, kind of about a family that's
a new one
scrappy little
to
family.
me.
Really?
Is that a new play, The Best Christmas?
No, heck, I saw it when I was in high school. It's a pretty standard, nice, fluffy, delightful Christmas show.
Which is what people want
Yes,
at Christmas.
and that's what people
they
need
want
at Christmas.
fluffy.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes, delightful.
So, what did your mother think?
Are you kidding me? When I told my mother, she was like, yes! Oh, she was so mad that she wasn't able to come up and see it.
That's great.
She was, when I say she was thrilled that I was playing friggin' for her. She knows that it's a dream role of mine. And so she was just pleased as punch. My sister came up to see it with my sister-in-law and her best friend, and had several friends come up from Texas because they knew that it was a dream role of mine. And it
How
was
nice.
just, I would play this part again in a heartbeat. If we did a yearly production of it, I would, in a heartbeat. That was literally one of the most fun things I've ever done in my entire life.
Great.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
it's a very fun show, and if
Oh,
you
yeah.
play it for camp, it is.
Oh yeah, if you
It's
play
great.
it dialed up to 11 camp level, it's an absolute delight.
Well, we wish you the best.
Thank you so much.
The audiences here are not hard audiences.
No.
This is not New York. This isn't the old John Simon. People come out to have a good time,
Yes.
to enjoy. And I think it's a great season. You're going to do great with it. And
Thank you.
we'll be having you on Man About Town a whole bunch this
Good.
year. Every time there's a new show, we'll have you, Willette. You can bring some of the actors with you.
Absolutely, I would love that.
Might be here, it might be at the studio, but you will be on Man About Town because you're part of it. So, best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Share the love with Valenti Subaru. Now until year's end, Valenti Subaru and Subaru America will donate $300 for every new Subaru sold to local and national charities. So far, we have raised over $362,000. Get 0% finance on all new 25 Subaru Outbacks now till year's end. Come see the totally redesigned 26 Subaru Outback.
And now we are with the head of the board, or the head broad.
President.
The head broad, or whatever. The one that gets all the complaints, the one that hears from everybody, but still gets her own little bio in the program. You've been on the board forever. This is Willette Mitzel Silvidio. The name is bigger than the person. But you've been working with this theater forever, haven't you?
Oh, it wasn't forever. I started my first show here in 2021, which is The Haunting of Hill House.
Yep.
And
I
it was-
remember you did The Girl on the Train.
And I did Girl on the Train, and every year since then, I've been just doing one show every year and being in the sidelines, being part of the board.
And when you're part of the board, you do everything here. That means you're making the drinks, you're cleaning up at night, you're outside in all kinds of weather, smiling at people, even if you don't want to, welcoming them in. And this is a welcoming theater. That is something Paul Lynch started way back, the late Paul Lynch. He would stand out there in snow, in rain, in all kinds of weather. He would welcome people in, he would thank them for coming. And the board has always carried that on, which makes it so different.
You know, I always say carrying on tradition is very important. You know, valuing the history of one place and honoring that is very important. And that's one thing that I want to keep doing. You might have seen new faces here and there, new artistic director, but at the end of the day, we are still the Granite Theater that you have started to love way back, and we're bringing that on. And I always say, like, with all of the changes, I always say, and it's something that I've heard also at work, is you embrace change and drive progress.
And
So,
change is good.
change is
It
good.
really is. People can get too complacent. You can just kind of forget. It motivates you.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I love about theater is the energy.
Absolutely.
Even if it's a play I don't like, even if it's something, because you're not ever going to please everybody.
Yeah.
So there have been shows that I have absolutely not liked, but I've loved the energy that the director and the actors put into it.
And I always say, like, the theater has been here for 25 years, but I would like to think that everybody feels the exact same way, that it doesn't feel like it's a 25-year-old organization,
No.
which is very important. We have to keep its vitality, keep it sustainable, as community theaters are usually not. And that's one thing that we really want to drive. And, you know, I always say shows that make you uncomfortable are shows that you actually should see.
Yeah.
Because when you're too comfortable, like you said, when you can become too complacent, it's like you're so used to your routine. So, yeah.
Yeah, theater has to challenge you, it has to make you think. I always think of whatever I'm seeing, that when it ends, people are now getting in their cars or walking, if they're close enough, and they're going to have a drink, or they're going to have lunch or dinner, depending upon what time they see it, and they should be talking about it on the way home.
Yes.
Whether they liked it or they didn't like it.
Yes, and you know, sometimes when I see shows too, I'm the type, like, I would actually not talk about it and just be quiet about it and think about it. And a week later, I'd be like, you know what? If it carries on for that longer time, it means it made an impact.
Yes.
And that's one thing that we continuously want to do, is to make impact. Because they say theater is a reflection of reality, right? And if we can't make that impact and we can't resonate with the people who are actually seeing the shows, then we've lost our reason for being here.
Exactly. And you have the same attitude I do, because I review shows statewide for our streaming service, 321. And I will never do it the same day or the next day. I will always say, I'll come in a couple of days. I use the term, I want it to marinate, like marinating a chicken in the refrigerator.
I say I want to chew on it. Like, that's what I
Yeah.
always say. You just want to hash it out more, because sometimes your initial reaction, just like with anything, your initial reaction is not really what you always thought it would be.
Exactly.
And then once you think about it, you're like, oh, I now understand why that choice was made.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you wouldn't understand why choices are made.
Right.
So, yeah.
And you don't have to love everything, that's for sure.
Yes.
As long as you love the theater.
Yes.
Okay, give a commercial. Tell people why they should be buying a season ticket, even with this face.
You know, I will steal Nicole's saying, if you buy a season ticket at the Granite Theater, it's less than the price of Hamilton on Broadway, and you get 6 shows. And if you want to add the kids show, it's up for the value. Like we say, it's a variety of shows that you don't necessarily would love or hate, but it will open you up to different experiences and will open your view on things. So I hope you see our curation of 250 years of America. Oh my gosh, from 25 to 2,500. Yeah.
You know, the interesting thing is when we asked her to come and sit down, she said, I don't know what I'm going to say now. She hasn't stopped, has she? And that's good, because it's exactly what the new artistic director has said. It's passion. That's what this place has always been about. That's what 2026 is going to be. It's going to be a great season. Come on out. Even if you can only see 1 or 2 plays, but you should try to go for the season ticket. And then if you can't make a show, give those tickets to somebody. Turn them on to theater. That's what the Granite's about. Little theater, big heart, lot of talent. This is Man About Town, and we'll be seeing you around town.